Hello cyclists. For me, one of the most exciting e-bikes on the market at the moment, it's the Serotonin from Desiknio. Desiknio was founded in 2015 in Spain, in Granada, and they launched their first models 2017. And the brand offers high quality, minimalistic, beautiful e-bikes that you will, like I did, probably be obsessed, because what they say, it's about obsession, about having the best you can get for your daily commute, but with a minimalistic approach. So minimalistic concerning the design, but also concerning the service, because all the parts and accessories are of high quality and they need hardly any attention at all. So what you get is a very reliable, super cool looking, fantastic e-bike. Desiknio offers 3 different models. This is the unisex or step-through, it's the Serotonin. But there are also 2 male versions, as you could say, the endorphin and the dopamine. And if you heard those names before, yes, they are all responsible for us humans to feel happy, to be balanced, to have a really good time, and to be maybe the best version of yourself. And actually, this is, in my opinion, if you're looking for a commuting bike, the best version you can get. But before we dive really deep into the parts and accessories, first we go on a test ride. It's just so cool to cycle this beauty, because of course it is an e-bike and the motor is from Mahle. It's the X20 in this case, and this motor is really strong. It has 55 Newton meters of torque and it's located in the rear hub, so it rather feels like being pushed, but in combination with like pushing the pedals, so with your own power from your legs and the motor, it feels very natural and very cool. Because the motor has a pedal sensor, it feels very natural, because the more you push the pedal, the more support you get. The other Serotonin bikes do have the X35 Mahle motor with only 40 Newton meter, but it's definitely enough. I mean, the 55 were really crazy because the bike is super lightweight with only 13.3 kilograms or 14 kilograms with a rear rack and fenders. And the battery is located in the down tube, and therefore the slim design is possible. The battery has 250 watt-hours, which gives you a range of, I would say, 70 kilometers. If you cycle only in a very low level of pedal support, maybe you can also reach the 100 kilometers. But there is an optional range extender with 170 watt-hours, and that gives you another 50 kilometers of range. The Serotonin I did choose has a Pinion gearbox, and this gearbox is located in the bottom bracket and it's high-end. Desiknio offers 2 different Pinion versions. I have the one with 9 gears, but there's also an option for 6 gears. And it's a very special experience to ride a Pinion gearbox, because the ratio of the gears is very special, very fine, and you can just skip gears when you're standing at the red light or when you're while cycling. So you have like the feeling that you always choose the right gear. And the Serotonin, in my opinion, this whole quality, reliability, and almost no service is perfect for people who commute a lot, so who really love to ride their bike every day. But you can also, of course, make tours during the weekend if you're into it, or maybe even travel with a bicycle. So for me, this quality, less service, in combination with the different components and of course the frame geometry, which is very compact, therefore you sit quite upright and you see what's happening around you. Yeah, indeed, you do lean a little forward, but for me it was like super comfortable, and especially when I was cycling in Hamburg and there's a lot happening around me, I felt super comfortable and very, very agile. So this bike for me is indeed the perfect companion if you're looking for a very reliable, comfortable and cool looking e-bike. So definitely check out the website to see the other models Desiknio offers. So as I said earlier, all parts and accessories hardly need any attention. As I said, the Pinion gearbox, it's a closed system. It's a bit like a clockwork, so it needs no attention at all, as well as the Mahle motor, super compact in combination with the Gates carbon belt drive. Lasts up to 3 times longer than a regular chain and no oil, no grease needed. And as the fact that the bike is super lightweight, so depending if you have a rear rack or a bike stand, it weighs 13 or 14 kilograms. If you want to know if a manufacturer or a bike brand really loves their product or paid really attention to every little detail, you can check the pedals, the lights, and also, in my opinion, the brake levers, because then you see how much love and passion they really put into their product. And starting with the pedals, they have a teeny tiny little branding, Desiknio branding, and they look very futuristic, very innovative, very cool. But due to the fact that there's a surface that prevents especially your sneakers from slipping when it was raining, it's definitely a thumbs up. So looking amazing, really beautiful, very individual, but also very functional. The lights in the front and in the back from Supernova. It's the best you can get for commuter bikes because they do not look very beautiful, but they're very bright and very reliable. Especially in the front, it looks a bit like a piece of art, and in the back, what I always love, integrated rear light. Speaking about integrated, I love that there is internal cable routing because then the bike looks very minimalistic and it doesn't disturb the design. As we said, the design is very important and the battery is integrated, so you don't have the flexibility to take out the battery to charge it, so you have to bring your bike to the socket. The hydraulic disc brakes from Shimano worked really well. Even when it was raining and a bit slippery, I always felt that I had the bike under control and I always felt really safe. Super important because the motor has 250 watts and you easily reach the 25 kilometers that are allowed in the EU, and you can even go faster. So very important to have decent, very well working brakes. I also love the little brake levers that fit perfectly into the overall appearance of the handlebars. The handlebars as well as the A-head are made from polished aluminium. And the handlebars are a bit bent, so that helps for the upright sitting position. So for me, a very beautiful situation in the front. As you can see, the bike comes with fenders, very important if you cycle all year long. You can also choose from a rear rack and of course a bike stand, which is pretty handy if you do cycle a lot. The saddle in combination with the ergo grips looks really beautiful and nice. Depending on what model, Serotonin model you choose, it either comes in brown or in black. And the saddle was super comfortable, even though it is a Brooks saddle and usually it takes a few kilometers and some time to really get used to the leather. But of course the saddle is always something very individual. The tires. In this case they are still from Panaracer. It's because it's a test bike, but the new models all offer Schwalbe G1 tires. They are a bit broader, a bit wider, and therefore work a bit like a suspension. So if you cycle over cobblestone or maybe off-road on gravel, it feels very comfortable and it works a bit like a suspension. Speaking about gravel, so if you do want to do a tour, the tires also work really well. They give you a lot of grip, so I felt pretty comfortable when I was cycling over gravel. I also really appreciate that the rims are black because it's like a beautiful color code integrated into the design of this beautiful bicycle. So for me, definitely one of the most beautiful bikes. Also what I really like is the fork, it's very straight. It's just really beautiful design. So definitely the Serotonin combines everything that makes me as a cyclist who wants a reliable, very beautiful bicycle for like every single day, all year long, makes me really, really happy. So the name's definitely well chosen. There are 4 models in total. There's a single speed with a belt drive. There is the model with 11 gears that offers a chain and a derailleur. And there are 2 Pinion models, the 1.6 and the 1.9. And they're pretty costly. So the single speed as well as the 11 gear model, they start at 3,995 euros. And the Pinion solutions, they are more expensive, especially this one with 9 gears, the 1.9, it costs 6,195 euros. For me, probably if I was looking for a very beautiful, reliable bike and I don't want to spend 6,195 euros, I would go for the Pinion 6-gear system. That also still, of course, expensive, but if you don't have a car, definitely a very fantastic alternative. So overall, I really fell in love with the Serotonin. It will be very hard and very painful for me to return this beautiful test bike. But yeah, definitely Desiknio, a very good job, and I'm very excited and looking forward to what's going to happen in the future, what maybe new models or bikes the brand will present to us. I will keep you posted.